Joining us now is May Peng. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for
Hi.
having me.
My goodness gracious, I was jumping for joy when I found out we were going to be able to celebrate you and your beautiful journey in photography. I was so excited. I was someone recently that got to go to Abbey Road Studios, and there's just magic, absolute magic in every wall, every moment. I did the sidewalk, I did the walkway. I loved it. I really loved it. But I was excited to talk with you because you're iconic. You are special. You are unique and one of a kind. So, May,
Well,
tell
thank
us
you.
about, oh my gosh, so excited to meet you. I want to know about, um, I guess, that moment for you that ended up being life changing from when you went from like a private citizen to a public citizen. Did you notice the shift at that time in your life?
I did, but I sort of brushed past it because I always thought there's only one person in the family, as I would say, in a relationship that's the star, and it wasn't me. So I looked past it and I said, the only person is the guy that was with me named John. And when people would come to me and say, "Can I have your autograph?" And I said, "You don't want mine, you want that guy." And he goes, "No, no, no, I want yours." And I said, "No, you don't." And they go, "Yes, we do." And that was the moment I kept saying, "My autograph? That's weird."
A very significant love of your life, John Lennon, at a very significant, special time, right? A romance, a friendship, so much blossomed, so much life energy was happening. And it was a very unique situation, correct?
True. Nobody realized that we were together. We tried to not really make a big thing of it. John was he was separated, with all the rumors that are out. No, John was separated. We lived together on the east side in New York. We did not live in LA. We were not sent out there by Yoko or anything else. We went out there to do projects and we stayed out there whenever we did, but we did fly home to New York all the time, but nobody realized that.
I like that. Thank you for setting that straight. A lot of times there's this public awareness of they think that they know, but they don't actually. My control room just told me that my hair was in my mic, so I'm just flipping it out. It's not like I'm pretending like I'm Cher May or anything like that, but there's a lot of times when you're a public person and people are following you and they're saying one thing, they're saying something else. But you brought these photos that are so rare and so poignant uh, forth, right? Tell us about that. Tell us about your curation of these moments.
Well, a friend of mine named Scott Siegelbaum kept saying, chased me for 6 years. Is I think we should bring your photos to life and show them to the world and let people come and see them. And I kept saying, no, I don't think anybody's interested. They're not really anything special. And he goes, you'll be surprised. So he didn't. I held him back. I was in the middle of doing a documentary as well, and I didn't want it out all at the same time. And when it was time, and it took him 6 years, he waited 6 years, he would call every few months. I finally said, okay, let's try it out and see how it worked. That started about 2 years ago. I've been on the road since, and it's a special look into our lives. It's basically more John's life. When you see him and he looks different, and you're really seeing him through my eyes, the way I saw him, which was totally different from any of those photographs that anybody would take for a magazine. I just picked, this was our home life, and I took pictures just for us.
Yeah, exquisite and rare to capture those moments. And you're right. There's a certain, you know, way that we pose for pictures, right? There's a body, position, if you will, when we're forward facing, right? And there's another thing
Even
when,
if it's,
yes?
yeah, I was gonna say, even if it's, you think, oh, I'm at home, there's a camera looking at you. And this was not the way we were doing it. I was just really just taking photos whenever I felt like it.
Right. You're like, oh, that's cute. Let me snap a picture, right? I'm sure sometimes
Yeah,
they didn't even know, the boys probably didn't even know that you were there, right? You're just like, oh, snapping and
it's
enjoying
true.
your time together.
Right. So it's a
It's,
different John.
yeah, a different John. But that's not the title of the book. What's the title of the book, May?
Well, the book that came out with the photographs was called Instamatic Karma, photographs of John Lennon. And then, but previous, in 1983, I put out a book called Loving John. That was my first book about my life with him. And then about in 2022, many years in between, it's taken many years, I was invited to put out my documentary to Tribeca Film Festival. So all this is a span of 50 years. My
Amazing.
story.
The Lost Weekend, right?
Yes. It's called The
Yes.
Lost Weekend, a Love Story.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. I have the good fortune sometimes to do press on the red carpet of Tribeca Film Festival. I believe they do a really good job at like curating um, things like films and opportunities. Now I think it's just called Tribeca Festival because they showcase many different things. What's bringing you the most joy now in your journey, May? What's bringing you joy?
The joy is sharing John the way he was with me, which is totally different from anybody else. Everybody had with his other relationships. And so when they see it, you see Julian, you see Paul, you see George, you see Ringo, and it's all different from a different perspective. And I get a chance to talk to a lot of the fans that've been dying to ask me questions over the years, and they finally get a chance to talk to me. And I'm out there, and every time I go to a city, I've traveled to over 60 cities so far. I get a chance to talk to these fans. It's really interesting.
Yeah, there's something so wonderful and magical and special. It's the type of music where I'm able to know all the words to every song. I even try like, Michel, ma belle sont les mots qui vont très bien ensemble. Like I try to sing anything, right? And it does bring us a lot of joy. But certainly, like I said, when I found out May, I am so, I guess, joyful about the fact that you decided that you would come on and talk to me in person. It just, I don't know, it resonates with me. It was really special, and I thank you for your yes. I really thank you for your yes.
Oh, listen, I was thrilled. I'm going to be out in Sag Harbor this coming summer, August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, out at the Julie Keys Gallery again. And if you're out there, come on by. I mean, it's I have fun seeing people and talking to them. I really do.
I will definitely make it, I will make it there. And what are you taking photos of these days? Are you like, do you take pictures of landscapes? Like, what do you like to use your camera
Yes.
for now?
I
Landscapes?
use I take landscape because I find the architecture is so interesting. It's different. And once in a while when people fit in, but on the whole, I'm finding the architecture, the landscape, the beauty of this earth, as it were. You see flowers or you see pets. It's all the different things. I'm enjoying life as it is.
Wonderful. I am as well. Happy journeys to you until we get to meet in person. It was lovely to
Yes.
have you here, May Pang. Happiness to you always.
Thank you.
Okay,
Okay,
be
you
well.
too.
Bye bye. May Pang. Wow. Enjoy your day and happy journeys to you, our audience. We thank you so much for watching. Be well.